You have indeed, Naughty. You've managed to make it through the first day. Alright, guys, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Last time, we continued on the riddle solving. This time with a little bit with Rosa as well. Ooh, and she gave me a wink and a smile. Let's go. Let's go. W. Let's go. Alright. I don't care if Erica didn't see it. That's canon. Anyway, and we also continue to solve the riddle a little bit with Erica in the archive, and yeah, we hear a little bit about the consequences of solving the riddle and what that has to mean for Beato or whoever it is that's setting all this up. And yeah, now we're coming back to Nazi, who's probably coping with her delusions. So let's see what's going on with her. All right, I think that was a pretty decent recap. Quick recap, not that important. Biggest getaway from last part for me, at least. You know, emotionally. You know what I mean? Is obviously Rosa winking at me and giving me a smile. I mean, Bat was being sus regarding that, but you know, I mean it the wholesome way, not the sus way that battle was going on. So, yeah, we're gonna continue reading here, and let's see where we get off at after this part's over. Let's see if we can end another chapter this part, or if I decide to read really slowly, we'll see. All right, we managed to make it through the first day. Now it can be seen in the study. When she muttered through as though to herself, gold butterflies appeared and formed into the shape of a person. Beatrice, what's up? Or maybe Ronove. But probably Beato. Yeah.
楽観はできんぞ。このままぼんやりと過ごし、明日をしのげるとは思えぬ。
That I will be able to make it through tomorrow by sitting around here.
やはりお父様が不機嫌で出てこないというだけではごまかしきれませんか。
So you do think that saying father's in a bad mood and refuses to come out won't be enough to fool them? Hey, don't worry, Nazi. You know, it wouldn't be enough to fool them, but you don't have to worry about it anyway, because 6 people are going to die, and we'll be too occupied with people dying, serial murders going on to think about Kinzo being alive or not.
去年の時点で相当の不信を持たれていたようだ。
Although I actually should rephrase, we will be occupied with whether Kinzo's alive or not. Maybe you won't, but we will, because we, you know, if there's murders going on, we want to know why. We want to know if that's part of Kinzo. So we will be occupied, but not in the way that will endanger your plans in any major way, because we'll all die anyway. So yeah.
それにより膨れ上がった毒素は今やとぐろを巻くかのようにこの書斎を取り囲み締め上げている。
Because they were already quite suspicious last year, the toxin has expanded and is coiling itself around the study, growing ever tighter.
去年から疑われていただけではないでしょうな。
I expect that the suspicion they have harbored since last year is not the only cause.
そうですね。それだけでは説明がつかないくらいに毒素は濃密に練り上げられています。おそらく金蔵様の死を去年の時点から疑い、今年の会議にて暴こうという強い意志があったに違いありません。
I have no doubt that after suspecting Kinzo-sama's death last year, they have come with a strong determination to expose it at this year's family conference.
去年の時点から騙しきれていなかったということですか。
Even last year, we didn't succeed in fully deceiving them?
残念ながら、そうお考えになる方が今はよろしいかと。明日も台風はとどまり、迎えの船は明後日になります。つまり、あと最低でも36時間を持ちこたえねばならないということです。
夏日の目には見えぬであろうが、この部屋を閉ざす密室結界は極めて強固なものだった。
I didn't read out what Runovis said. In case there was frame lag in there, Ronova said that we must endure for another 36 hours because the typhoon won't end tomorrow, so the boat won't arrive until the day after tomorrow. That's what Ronova said. In case the frame rate didn't catch that, or the screen capture didn't capture that because it might be lagging because of the rain. If it's not lagging, then perfect. But I do wanna I'd rather be safe than sorry and make sure you guys are caught up with me. So I try to tell you guys what's going on if it's raining and it's lagging. I'm sorry. Here we go. Your eyes may not be able to see it, but the locked room barrier sealing this room was once very firm.
それが今夜だけでボロボロに擦り切れ、嵐を待つ枯葉のようなありさまだ。
In the span of a single night, it has been worn ragged like wilted leaves, and now only awaits a storm.
いいえ、まさに嵐の真っ只中にありますよ。夏日様、私は密室結界を別のものに変えることを提案いたします。
I propose that we switch from the locked room barrier to something else. Oh?
別のものというのはどういう意味ですか？つまり作戦を変えるという意味ですか？
Do you mean to change our plan?
さようでございます。私とワルギリア様で去年のものに近い結界を再構築します。
Virgilia and I will reconstruct a barrier similar to last year's.
つまり去年のように金蔵を極力書斎の外に出し、毒素の影から影へと綱渡りをさせるということだ。危険ではあるが、わらわもそれを提案したい。
It will be dangerous, but I would like to propose the same thing. Okay.
なんですって？今さら作戦を変えるというのですか？
You want to change the plan this far in?
牢城では切り抜けられぬと分かった以上、城を捨てることも考えねばなりません。
When you learn that you cannot withstand a siege, you must consider abandoning the castle.
この書斎はもはや敵兵に囲まれ城壁さえも破られかけた城に同じ。座せば死を意味するならば、玉砕を求めて最後の出陣をするのも手でしょうな。降伏できぬ戦いでしょうから。
If staying put means certain death, then you still have the ability to ride out for one last stand and an honorable defeat. After all, surrender doesn't seem to be an option in this fight.
お父様の秘密は最後の最後まで絶対に死守します。それを蹴取られれば言い繕う余地など何もない。主人の横領は白日のもとにさらされ、後ろ宮家の名誉は失墜します。断固としてそれだけは防がねばなりません。
You must remain firm and prevent that no matter what. Prevent revealing your husband's embezzlement. Oh no, not the Ushima family honor. You can't be doing that.
落ち着け。分かっておるわ。クラウスの錬金術はじきに大勢を迎える。
Crosses alchemy, you say? Okay.
今年を乗り切ればなんとかなるのだ。だからうろたえるでない。
Don't get flustered.
しかし去年と同じ手では無理だとして取った作戦がこの牢城なのですよ。一度は無理と切り捨てた作戦を再び選ぶのは愚の骨頂ではありませんか？一体今さらどういう筋書きを作るというのですか？
Just what kind of story do you suggest we create at this point?
それは私とロノウェイで用意します。お任せを。幻想を生み出すのは魔女たちの役目。夏日様はそのご許可をくださるだけで結構でございます。
Creating illusions is what witches do. All you have to do is give us your permission, Nazi.
お師匠様もロノウェイもこういう時は実に頼れるぞ。
Ho ho?
片翼のわしの使用人どもも家具としては優秀だ。
I mean, Genji and Kumasawa would be ideal for stuff like this, yeah.
お師匠様たちが魔法を再構築すればそれを守るために働くだろう。今からでも決して遅くはない。金蔵を書斎から出し、その幻想を歩き回らせよう。
Alright. It still isn't too late by any means. Let's take Kinzo out of the study and have his illusion walk around. Alright, so then Genji and Kumosawa do their thing, and then have the Shannon and Kanon do their thing. Team up.
その作戦を長く検討し、それでも有効なものが見出せなかったから籠城を選んだことを忘れましたか。急場にうろたえ、軽々しく当初の作戦を投げ出すなど愚かしいことです。
To get flustered in an emergency and carelessly throw away the primary plan is simply foolish. Okay, Nazi, okay.
しかし夏日様、籠城ではもはやしのぎきれぬことは毒素の真っ只中でそれを感じ取っておられた夏日様が一番ご存知のはずです。
You must realize better than anyone else that our barricade cannot endure any longer.
私は籠城の方針は変えずに、なんとか他の作戦を考えられないかと提案します。
Nazis proposing to still hold the fort. Hold the fort! Hold the door! Hold door!
とにかくこの部屋を密室に保ちさえすれば誰もお父様の存在を否定はできないのです。開けることのできぬ猫箱の中身を断定することなど何人にもできないのですから。
As long as we can keep this room sealed, no one will be able to deny father's existence. After all, you can't determine the contents of a cat box. You can't determine the contents of a cat box that can't be opened, no matter how many people you have with you. This is true. As long as you keep the cat box closed, nobody can determine what's inside. This is true. Everyone can make valid theories, and they're all true until you open the box.
確かにそうではあるが、人間どもは不条理であるぞ。
Humans are unreasonable.
密閉した猫箱とてケーキの箱に群がるクロアリのように箱を食い破って中に入ることもあり得る。ベルンカステル教の駒も気になるしな。
she straight up telling Nazi, hey, Lady Berncastle's piece also concerns me, by the way. Why is that gonna spell some danger for this cat box situation?
エリカ様が晩餐の話題をさらってくださったのは幸いでした。おかげで今夜の親族会議をお開きにできる雰囲気を生み出してくれたのですから。普段のように即座に親族会議となっていたら、今夜にも結界は破られていたかもしれません。
If you had gone straight back to the family conference afterwards like usual, the barrier might have broken tonight.
しかしそのせいでより濃密に毒素は練り上げられました。明日まで練り上げられた毒素は密室結界をたやすく犯すでしょう。籠城を続けるにせよやめるにせよ、どちらにせよ新しい作戦と結界を用意しなくては明日は乗り越えられません。
We will not be able to make it through tomorrow unless we prepare a new strategy and a new barrier.
密室結界を破るための何かの策があるのかもしれんな、ベルンカステル教には。あのエリカというコマめ侮れぬぞ。
We can't take that piece called Erica lightly.
それを言えば、例の19年前の
No!
という謎の男も
You think?
ベルンカステル教の駒かもしれません。
I don't know about that one, to be fair. The man who said something about taking revenge for the events of 19 years ago might also be Lady Berncastle's piece. I don't know about that one. Because Berncastle, it's not that she seemed confused, but she also seemed like she wasn't fully aware of what was going on with that. Because when she asked Lambda about it, she's like, hey Lambda, did this conversation really happen? Can you tell me in red that this conversation really happened? And Lambda denied to respond. So it seemed like even Byrne was a bit out of the loop when it came to that phone conversation, that phone call, about taking revenge. So I'm not too sure if that was Berncastle's piece doing, actually. I'm not too sure if that was Erica's doing. That might have been something else, I think. It didn't seem to me like it was Berncastle, though.
18の駒で均衡が取れていた盤面に望まぬ駒が2つも追加された。イレギュラーが多すぎますね、今年は。
Two undesired pieces added to it. There are too many irregularities this year. The two undesired pieces, you mean Battler and Burn, and Erica? But that doesn't make sense because you say Equilibrium with 18 pieces, but there's 19 pieces this year, so that should be one undesired piece, unless you mean Battler is an undesired piece, but then it would be an Equilibrium with 17 pieces, not 18 pieces. So Ronovia, what you're saying doesn't make sense, unless I'm missing something. It's just yeah, achieve Equilibrium with 18 pieces. Kenzo is, I guess, might be one of the other undesired pieces. I'm not too sure.
ベルンカステル教は東洋趣味が終わりだったな。
Ooh, she is? That's the opposite of Kinzo. But I guess that makes sense because Erica came in and was freaking praising chopsticks, going, "Whoa, chopsticks! Woo! If you're a real Japanese, you eat with chopsticks."
日本のチェス、将棋ではゲーム中に駒を追加することもできるというではないか。
In shogi, you're allowed to drop pieces onto the board in the middle of a game, do they not? Oh? Like Battler?
ええ、可能ですよ。敵のキングの目の前に駒置き場より取り出したクイーンを置くことさえ将棋では許された切り札たる一手です。
In shogi, even dropping a queen from the capture pile right in front of the enemy king is a permissible move that can serve as a trump card. So, is this what Virgilia meant in the other realm when she said that Lambda and Burn can't break the rules of the game board, but they can twist and play it in their own way, in a way that Beta wouldn't play it in? Is this what she meant? That someone can just put a piece in, even though that's something Beta wouldn't do, it's something that Burn and Lambda could see themselves doing? Is that what she's on about?
19年前を語る男はどうしているのでしょう。この島のどこかにすでに潜んでいるというのでしょうか。
Well, considering everyone who was in the island was in the parlor that was set in red at the time earlier on today, and you didn't recognize any man that looked like he could be your child from 19 years ago. Again, assuming this child isn't someone like Battler or someone else like that, like Kanon or something like that. Assuming this child is a child you haven't seen their appearance, that you don't know how they look like, but you know is your child. That means that child is not on the island unless they came at some point during the typhoon. So that would be even after Erica came by, which would be kind of how can someone arrive at the island with the typhoon when the typhoon's going? So I doubt it. I doubt that child could arrive here during the typhoon. And besides, haven't we spoken multiple times of how the island has been locked off from the outside world when the typhoon starts? So I don't think so. I think either the child that gave you that phone call is someone you know and was in the parlor when everyone was gathered together because I was set in red, or that phone call was again some weird prank call sort of thing by someone who's probably involved, might be an accomplice or might be the culprit themselves in the murders, right? Especially because from the voice itself, it was ambiguous of whether it was a man or a woman talking, right? It was a young man. It sounded like a young man, but it could have been a girl, right? So, I mean, yeah, I highly doubt that this child of yours arrived here during the typhoon or something like that. I think this child of yours is someone you know, or someone we might know as well, or something. Or maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah. Is he already hiding somewhere on this island? If he is, it's someone you must have seen already, or someone you already know, or someone you've met with already. And it's not someone you've never seen before. Has to be. That has to be the case.
あのエリカという少女が漂着と称して現れることができたのです。
Yes.
あの男もこの台風にもかかわらず島のどこかに上陸し息を潜めているのかもしれない。
That's the thing. but they've mentioned multiple times about how when the typhoon hits, uh, uh, the island is locked off from the outside world. Now you gotta remember that Erica landed here, right? She landed here before the typhoon hit, so she was able to attend the family conference. But this man would have needed to come by after the typhoon hit because we saw in red that everyone was in the parlor at the time, that everyone was in the parlor with Erica and everybody, and that was said in red. Of course, Nazi, you will know about that because you don't know red truths exist, and that red truth actually does exist. So I'm not blaming you for being dumb and not knowing that, Nazi. I'm just saying, that's my reasoning for why I don't think. I think you're being paranoid about that specific part too much, and you need to think about it differently. I think you might be hiding somewhere. You say.
そして親族たちをもはや騙し切ることは難しく
What? Deceive the relatives about you having a secret child?
どうしてこうもイレギュラーが重なるのですか
Why must there be so many irregularities? Why did you have a secret child 19 years ago? How about you talk about that? How about you go more in depth about that? Huh? What is this about you having a child 19 years ago? What happened to that child?
この悪夢と偶然の奇跡をどう説明すればいいというのですか
Because that would be your sin then, Nazi, right? Forgetting that you had a child 19 years ago that you didn't know existed. How does that even work? How can someone contact you about a child? And I mean, I'm willing to believe that there's some story going on there because you seem very paranoid or very scared about this child actually existing. So some sort of child incident happened with you 19 years ago. That's for sure. How can you explain this miracle of nightmares and coincidences? Nazi slammed the desk hard, held her hand, and cringed at the pain from her overwhelming headache.
ベルンカステル教は奇跡を司る
But in her character file, it said that she's the one that knows that miracles don't exist.
あの御人の前にイレギュラーと奇跡は驚くにも値せぬぞ
There's no point in being surprised at the irregularities or miracles when that person is around.
将棋は確かにキングの真正面に敵の駒が突如現れることを認めたゲームです。ですが、だからこそそこに隙間を作らぬ完璧な陣形を作り、キングを守る芸術的な城を構築します。
Construct a castle to protect your king? Okay, Ronove.
ならばやはり籠城は正しいではありませんか
Then holding the fort is what we should be doing, isn't it?
こもりきれる籠城ならばいざ知れず、今はそれを期待できる段階にありません。
We cannot hope for such a thing now.
壁を背負わぬキングを詰めるのは難しく、四方を分けたキングを詰めるのはさらに困難だろう。
It is difficult to corner a king without a wall to his back, and even more difficult to corner one with open spaces in all directions.
ネズミで考えよ。カゴに閉じ込めたネズミを掴むことはできよう。しかし、野に逃げ出したネズミを掴むことなど、雲を掴むに等しい話よ。
Catching a mouse in the field is like trying to catch a cloud. Alright, Beato. That's how you're gonna say that.
夏日様、どうか検討することのご許可を。金蔵様が書斎をお出になり、気まぐれに屋敷内を闊歩しながら親族の方々の目を逃れる。それが自然である筋書きを明朝までに考えます。
We'll think of a story that makes it appear natural before morning. Okay.
危険だわ。それくらいなら、お父様がこの部屋で機嫌を損ねられていることを演じ続けた方が。
If you're willing to consider such a dangerous option, wouldn't it be better to continue acting as though father is in his room in a bad mood?
明日にも親族の方々はこの書斎の前に詰めかけるでしょう。そこの扉一枚向こう側に詰めかけるのです。そこで夏日様は金蔵様と怒鳴り合いをしているかのようなふりを一体何時間続けられるというのですか。不可能です。
How many hours do you think you will be able to stand there keeping up the charade of a yelling match with Kinzo-sama? It's impossible. wondering, where's Kinzo's body right now? Where's his corpse right now? Is it still in the study? He died in the study, right? Where's his corpse right now? It's gotta be in the mansion somewhere for keeping, right? Surely. So where's his corpse right now? We always find it in the boiler room. Is it in the boiler room right now? Nazi, do you know that if it's in the boiler room right now? He's always in the boiler room burning in every episode when he dies. So where's it at right now? Is it still in the boiler room? Is whoever the culprit is, if it's you, Nazi, if you are the culprit, are you the one that set up Kinzo's corpse in the boiler room? Hmm?
その不可能をなんとか36時間逃げ切らねばならないのです。やれと言うならやります。私は後宮夏日、後宮家当主の妻です。それをやれと言うなら、私は何日でもここでお父様と怒鳴り合いをしているところを演じましょう。
Even Natsu understood that there was no way she could manage it. But she could no longer see any chance of victory from a plan which involved making an illusion of Kinzo walk around. Banging on the desk several times, with tears of intense emotion streaming down her face, Natsu alternated between groaning from her headache and placing the blame on one thing or another. It was enough to make one feel that there was a curse which made anyone who sat in that chair do the same.
これは奥様が逃げる詰将棋ですな。詰将棋ですから相手のキングはない。決められた手数を逃げ切る以外に奥様に勝つ手はないのです。
There's no way of winning other than avoiding a checkmate for a predetermined number of moves. Hmm.
その手数があと1日半もあるなんて多すぎます。
That's just too many moves. Too many moves to escape from.
考えることをやめるでない。降参するでない。愚痴はわらわが聞こうぞ。だから音を上げるでないぞ。そなたの絶対にこの苦難を乗り越えようという絶対の意志が絶対の結果を紡ぎ出す。それこそが絶対の魔女の力。その魔力を失ってはならぬ。必ず乗り越えられると信じよ。
But the Witch of Certainty is Lambda Delta. So what's up? Or I guess this. I mean, to be fair, Lambda Delta is the one that's interpreting the story right now.
きっと妙案は浮かぶ。だからそれを考えることを投げ出してはならぬ。そうですね。分かっています。私が乗り越えねば他の誰にも乗り越えられぬ困難なのです。
If I can't do it, no one can.
そうとも。それを乗り越えてみせよとそなたは金蔵に託されたのではないか。
Yeah, about that.
金蔵はそなたなら託せると認めたのだ。
Yeah, about that. About Kinzo acknowledging that you're worthy of this responsibility. About that.
お父様。
Yeah, okay.
お父様。
I always love to see Natsu having more respect for Kinzo than Kraus.
お師匠様とロノウェが手は考える。もちろんわらわも考える。だが主であるそなたの許可なくばそれも許されぬ。だからせめてそなたは戦う意志を捨てるな。諦めるな。
Do not give in.
分かってます。分かってます。
Alright, Natsu.
もう疲れ切ってしまって頭痛が耐えられなくて。どうして私はこんなにも冷え切った書斎でたった一人で泣いているの。どうして主人は今
Oh,
ここにいてくれないの。
why isn't my husband here for me now? Oh. Hey, Cross, where you at? What you doing, mate? She's protecting the family all on her own. Back when dinner ended, Cross claimed to be dizzy and went to bed early. That's crazy. That's interesting. Of course, he had done this to get enough rest to ready himself for the long day ahead. But to Nazi right now, it felt as though he had just gone straight to sleep and pushed all the burden onto her. You. However, complaining about such a thing would mean that she had failed as a wife. Wasn't it a good wife's duty to work hard and think of the family first even when her husband was resting? Regretting even her anger at her husband, and unable to determine whom she should be angry at, Nazi continued to sob. If only Kinzo could just speak to her kindly at times like this. Oh, she might be about to cope him up, so that he could tell her all the kind things. Beato searched for him, but Kinzo had been nowhere to be seen in the study for some time now. Perhaps Natsu had noticed this as well. Though she took pride in fighting alone and supporting from behind, thinking of those as the responsibilities of a good wife. Without anyone to validate what she was doing and say was needed, she was now so thrilled that she couldn't even stop her own tears. Just as Beato was thinking of words she could use to console Natsu, Virgilia tapped her lightly on the shoulder. If words of consolation don't come from the mouth of the right person, they can sometimes do more harm than good. Therefore, Virgilia silently urged Beato that saying nothing was the best course of action for now. Interesting timing for your personality, Gob. I don't think your personality is best fit right now for Nazi's condition. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's the perfect personality for this condition. For this state of mind. I know I'm an outsider, but I wonder if you'd let me speak. Virgilia already doesn't like her. God, please restrain yourself for the time being. You may speak. Gop just teleported here. Has that time already come? What are you talking about, Rove? Time for what? What time for what? Are you saying you have some sort of move? Ho ho? The time has come for us to use it. The trump card? That's too dangerous. I mean, it might be your best move though. You tried to do it before, didn't ya? I remember. You did it in episode 1, I think it was? Yeah, I think you did it in episode 1. You were like, Kinzo's missing. I don't know where Kinzo's at. Kinzo walked out of the study at some point and now I don't know where he's at. During the second day. You're like, I guess he's taking a tour of the island. Haha, lol. After successfully resolving all their problems, they would have to lay Kinzo to rest. And the way to do that was to make him disappear. One day, Kinzo would go out into the forest and never return. They wouldn't be able to find him no matter how much they searched, so he would be declared missing. Riche! You can't catch a goldsmith who's disappeared into the forest.
その一手を指すなどまさに自殺にも等しい一手です。
Using such a move now, when the suspicion against us is greatest, will be no better than committing suicide. Virgil is really against this, but Virgil is always against Scarp, so
疑われるでしょう。まさに疑惑と呼ばれるに等しい一手でしょう。しかしこの書斎に彼らが踏み込もうともぬけの殻。
True.
金蔵様を捕らえることは永遠に不可能で、
True.
その死はこれほどまでに疑わしいにもかかわらず立証することができない。
Unless they find his corpse. Speaking of which, where did y'all put his corpse at? Is it in the boiler room still? Where is his corpse at? That's important, because if you find his corpse, boom, they've proved it. I mean, I guess you could act like it's a doll or whatever. You could put up a fake corpse, but you could do a bunch of different stuff. Most importantly, where is his corpse though? If you're gonna use this go missing plan, but you do have another, I guess devil's proof going on here. You can't prove that Kinzo, is dead, right? You'd have to find Kinzo to prove he's dead, right? But to prove he's alive, you'd have to search, everywhere on the island, or maybe even everywhere in the world. Everywhere, literally everywhere, to be able to prove that he's alive. But to prove he's dead, all you have to do is find his corpse. So, you do have a devil's proof going on here, to be fair.
36時間どころか永遠に金蔵の秘密を守ることができるんじゃない？
But there are risks to doing that.
もちろんそれにふさわしいリスクを背負うことになる。
Yeah, it'll mean taking on that much risk as well.
その一手を指せば確かにこの場を乗り切ることはできようが失う名誉も計り知れぬぞ。
I can't even guess at how much prestige you might lose for it.
それでも確実にこの場を乗り切れる一手よ。
It's true.
もちろん疑惑を大きく背負うわ。でも死なない。
It will be treated with even greater suspicion, but it won't be fatal.
確かにそれはそうですが。関東大震災で後ろ宮家は本当だったら滅んでいるはずだったのね。
By the way, the Great Counter Earthquake. Now I know that was an actual thing. I didn't know anything about it before, but I got a little bit of information from a commenter. Now I know it's an actual thing. It's like there's an earthquake happened that killed dozens of thousands of people. A lot of people in Japan. It was a real thing in the 1920s, 30s. 1929 was it? I don't know. Happened over 100 years. Well, 90 years ago or something. A long time ago. But it was a big incident in Japan. And of course, Japan, being the country that it is in, I learned about this in geology when I had geology class. Being the country that it's in with the plates below it, it's very susceptible for earthquakes and very strong earthquakes at that. Great Kanto earthquake was one of them a long time ago that I didn't know about that. I mean, I knew Japan was susceptible for earthquakes. I just didn't know that happened so many years ago. And that is an actual thing. And Kinzo must have lived through it, I guess. Or maybe Kinzo's born... Kinzo must have already been born by the Great Kanto earthquake, actually. He must have been really young, though, if he was born back then. Actually, when did the Great Kanto earthquake happened? Was it the 1920s? If it was the 1920s, I'm assuming Keynes was born in the early 1900s at some point, but I don't know when. Because by the time he dies in what, 1985, 1984, 1980, he dies in the 1980s, right? I'm assuming by that point he's at least 80 years old. So maybe he was born in like 1905 or 1906 or something, making him 80 years old or something when he died. Maybe. I don't know how old Kinzo is, that's the thing. But that would make him 20 years old by the time the Great Counter Earthquake happened. And then post that, he was going wild, he revived it, and then after the war, he bought this island, built this mansion, yada.
それを狂気の天才ゴールドスミスが再建して、
Yeah.
あなたが守りたくなるくらいに立派に再建してみせたわ。なら今度はそれを
あなたたち新しき当主夫妻がやってみせるべきなのよ。
This time it is up to you and your husband, then you had and his wife to do the same. Oh, that's what Cross does. Is it because she's not just talking about her and her husband? That's why you did the Cross impression of Ho?
そういう煽り方をなさいますか。
Is that how you intend to stir her up?
煽りじゃないわ。当主夫人としての覚悟を私は聞いているだけよ。泥をすすってでも後ろ宮家を守る覚悟があなたにはあるんでしょ。
Are you prepared to protect your human family even if you end up getting dragged through the dirt to do it?
あります。
I am.
今がその時よ。
So now is the time. Make Kinzo go missing.
泥をすすって生き延びられるならいくらでも飲み干しなさい。あなたは苦害を這いずって生き延び、やがては必ず栄光を取り戻す。この序列第33位のガープがそれを約束してあげるわ。
Alright, Gob, the 33rd in rank. Promise you this. You'll eventually regain your glory. Let's go.
ガー
Gob.
私がこのタイミングでここへ遊びに来たのはきっとそれを望む偶然の神々のお導きでしょうよ。守ってあげる。後ろ宮夏日。対価は不要よ。あんたに仕えてるリーチェからすでにたっぷり前払いされてるわ。
I'll keep that promise, Nazi. I don't need anything in return. Riche, still love that nickname, by the way. The one who serves you has already paid me plenty in advance. Gob seemed quite cavalier, but she was actually possessed by a strong sense of duty. She was the kind of person who just couldn't leave someone in trouble alone.
前払いはて、わらわがいつ記憶にないぞ。
Now, when did I do that? I can't recall.
あなたがどこにしまったか思い出せないマジックアイテムの数々。随分とちょろまかせてもらってるもの。
I made off with quite a few of those. Quite a few of her magical items, okay. So you're stealing from your friend. That's basically what's happening.
見つからないのはやはりそなたの仕業だったか。返せ。
Oh, she's crying. Ah, ah.
幻の金髄賞とムーンステッキ。
What?
返せ。
Phantom Silver Crystal and Moonstick. What?
まだくっつけて遊んでないのに。
I still haven't played around by sticking them together yet. Alright, you're still as childish as ever. Alright. Can be pretty childish. I didn't know that. Magical toys.
私から授けられる魔法と作戦はそんなところよ。ゴールドスミスを誰にも見つけられない世界へ私は隠すことができる。この魔法が必要になったらいつでも言って。その直前まで夏日は他のもっと無難な作戦を思案すればいい。
Let me know the instant you need this magic. Until then, you may think of another safer plan. I wonder if Gop is supposed to be Jessica. What if Gop is actually supposed to be Jessica's counterpart? Like how Ronove is Genji's counterpart and Virgil is Kumasawa's counterpart. Maybe Gop is supposed to be Jessica's. But it would still be kinda interesting, weird. I don't know what to make of that. Alright.
確かに選択肢を残すことは心のゆとりを残すこと。
But that would remove Jessica from suspicion of being Berto, so I do want to say that. Because right now I don't think either Genji or Kumasawa are Berto because they have these other magical counterparts that aren't Berto, right? So...
心にゆとりなくして弱も生まれぬものです。
Having an option open to you leaves you with a little peace of mind. Without any peace of mind, you cannot think up a brilliant plan.
夏日様、夜は短くありません。ガープの手は最後の切り札とし、今は策を練りましょう。そのご許可をどうか。そして必ず成し遂げられるという信頼と魔力と絶対の信念を我らにお与えください。
Please give us the trust, magical power, and certain conviction needed to succeed without fail.
あんたが信じれば私がそれを叶えるわ。あんたが疑えば それも私が叶える未来あなたが作りなさい
You must make your own future. Having Kinzo go missing. And doing it right in the middle of this family conference. That was truly our last resort. Hiding this final trump card in her heart, Nazi decided that she would grope around for a different plan until the last second. After all, this long, long night had only just begun. It was long not only for her. Burning Castle and her pieces had just as much time. Pieces? Multiple pieces? Not just Erika? You mean the young man? Hmm. Wow, Battler and Erika already on their way to find the gold. They already solving the riddle. They found the key. They're trying to get to where the gold's at. We're about to. Battler's about to solve the riddle, or Erika Fruit Erika's about to solve the riddle. That's complete. Wow, they're really solving it. That's wild, bro. Gouge the leg and kill. Now it's complete.
なるほど。やはりえぐるとはそういう意味だったんですね。
Fruit Erika's already solved what Gouge meant. Great.
またしても私の推理は正解でした。
Once again, my reasoning was correct. Wow. Through this logic, a deduction like this becomes possible for Fruit Erika. Is that it? Haha. The feel of the last one was clearly different from all the ones before, making the two of them almost certain that they had activated some sort of mechanism. Wait, what? The feel of the last one was clearly different from all the ones before, making the two of them almost certain that they had activated some sort of mechanism. Mechanism? Feel of something? I don't get it. Are they activating a mechanism that will create a secret passageway that leads underground to where the gold is at? Is Fruder Erika about to find the gold? She's gonna find the gold and be like, oh, okay, I solved the riddle. Here's the gold. Cool, I'm done now. I'm out. Yeah, I don't care about inheriting the chip. I just wanted to solve this riddle. Now I'm done. However, as far as a quick glance could tell, there was no dramatic change, such as an entrance of some sort of opening. I can't speak. Apparently, they would need to do just a little more before they could find it.
すげえよお前はこれで本当に黄金が見つかったら俺とお前の負けだな
If this really does lead us to the gold, we'll have to split it between us. Well, I mean, she's not interested in the gold, Bacter, so you'll get it all for yourself, mate. You'll become the next head. Let's go. Maybe now you'll make up for your sin 6 years ago, and now maybe Beato will be happy or something. I don't know. You'll have solved the riddle, which is clearly what the culprit wanted you specifically, Battler, to do. Or at least that's what I think the culprit wanted you to do. I think the culprit set it up so that Battler would solve the riddle, right? That was the entire goal. And that's why you're also the last one left alive every time, because you have the time limited until midnight of October 5th to solve the riddle. And in the meanwhile, the Beato gonna killing spree against everyone else.
知的興奮を楽しめただけで十分です。私が好きなのは謎解きだけ。報酬はそれが正しかったことの証明だけで十分です。
The only thing I like is solving riddles. Proof that I was right is all I need for a reward. Alright, she shrugged it off, saying that just seeing the gold would be enough. Then she crouched down, peering fixedly at the gimmick that made up the key. It's no exaggeration at all to say that this girl really loves solving riddles. Her fondness for treasure hunting is fueled by romanticism regarding the process of finding hidden things, and she has no interest whatsoever in getting the treasure for herself and becoming a billionaire or whatever.
なるほど。よくもこんな仕掛けを。
You really thought such a gimmick would fool me?
あなたたちの不運は私をこの島に迎えたことでしたね。
What?
ただ碑文がそこに存在するだけで。
She's about to say the line! The mistake you all made was welcoming me out to the island in the first place. All it takes is the presence of that epitaph. Finish the line, Furudo Erika. Finish the line.
フルドエリカは
Let's go!
推理が
All it takes is the presence of that epitaph, and a deduction like this becomes trivial. For sure, though, Erica. Dude, I love that line. I love that line. Keep it going. I love that. That's a catchphrase. That and good though.
いかがでしょうか皆様方。
Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Wait a minute. She's not just with Battler? There's multiple people here? Or, nah. Wait, what? Nah, I think it's just Battler. As she said this to the mechanism she had exposed, she grinned at it. That smile had a bit of triumph on it, but it was more fully characterized by the small bit of unpleasant disdain it contained. Hmm? After solving the riddle, she was probably reveling in the pleasure of having won against the one who had proposed it, as well as the way she could now scoff at this person. Oh.
これで黄金が見つかれば次期当主はクラウスさんでなく
Let's go.
あなたですね。
Imagine! Battler's the new successor. That would be epic. If you find the gold now, the successor to the head won't be Cross-san, but you. Let's go, Battler's the successor, and then... and then whoever the culprit is, whoever Beato is, will be happy, right? Because they wanted Battler to solve it, right?
どうだろうな。
Well, I wonder.
クラウスさんってちょっと傲慢な方じゃないですか。
Ho ho.
偉そうって言いますか。
Cross is a bit arrogant, you think?
そのクラウスさんが一夜明けたらおいに黄金も次期当主の座もかっさらわれていたなんてなんだか愉快ですね。
Is it supposed to? The thought of him waking up in the morning to find that both the gold and his position as successor to the head have been snatched away from him by his nephew, it kind of makes you smile, doesn't it? I don't know about that one. Erika was still crouched down as she spoke, her back to Battler as she toyed around with the mechanism.
ジェシカさんでしたっけ。
Oh!
私に意見した女の子。
The girl who spoke up against me. So there is some sort of mechanism when you find this door that leads to where the gold is located? Yeah?
あの子、自分の父親が次期当主だと威張ってましたね。
Hey, yeah. Are you gonna disrespect Jessica?
彼女は今夜が明け、バトラさんが全ての黄金を受け継ぎ、自分の父親がもはや次期当主で亡くなったことを知ったら、どんな表情を見せるんでしょうね。
When she wakes up tomorrow and learns that you've inherited all the gold, and that her father is no longer the successor, I wonder what kind of expression she'll have on her face. Yo, more importantly, if Battler does become the successor and finds the gold here, will we see a Battler Beatrice? We saw Evatrice. Oh, I want to see a Battler Riche. Battler Riche will be fun, you know. I wonder what sort of jokes would come out of that.
別に俺は200億を独り占めする気は毛頭ねえぜ。ま、せいぜい1割ももらえりゃお腹いっぱいさ。
Aim higher. Aim higher than just 2 billion, mate. Although actually 2% is $20 million, right? That's good, mate. That's some good money. That's some good money. $20 million, I'll accept that. I don't need any more.
あとは親族で仲良く分けりゃいい。次期当主なんてもっと興味がねえぜ。クラウスおじさんに喜んで押し付けさせてもらうぜ。
I'm even less interested in being the successor to the head. I'd be glad to let Uncle Cross deal with that.
果たしてそう簡単な話で済むでしょうか。
Yeah, in an ideal world, that's what would happen, Battler. You think you can just split the money and things would go fine, Cross is still the head, and woo!
それを推理することよりは、今はジェシカさんが明日どんな表情をしながら、どんな負け惜しみを口にするかの方が推理の対象としては楽しい気がします。
Ayo, you're kinda sadistic, you know, Erika. I have a feeling that it will be much more fun to puzzle out what kind of expression Jessica will have on her face tomorrow, and what kind of side excuses she'll try to make. Why are you so sadistic? Yo,
性格が悪い。
I was just saying this. That sounds wild. What do you have against Jessica? Why do you want to see Jessica, be so angry, distraught, or make such excuses? Why is that what you're thinking of? You have a real twisted mind?
おや、謎解きが好きという時点で推理できませんでした？
Couldn't you deduce that from the moment I said I liked solving riddles? No, not necessarily, no.
私、人が隠すことを
Huh?
暴くのが
Wait.
好きな知的蹂躙者なんですよ。
Wait, am I reading that wrong? That word wrong? Wait. Wait, I don't think that word means what I think it means. I think there's something else going on. Is there a second meaning to that word? I didn't know there was a second meaning to this word. If it's lagging, you guys can see the word I'm talking about. Then that's just unfortunate.
自分の謎解きもそうです。
I'm an intellectual. I'm gonna go with our word because what? Who enjoys exposing things that other people hide. It was the same for solving the epitaph. But what does being an R word? I'm not gonna say that word because YouTube. What does being that have to do with exposing things that other people hide? Unless you're telling me, oh no. Unless you tell me you mean that literally, like you're an actual person that does that, and people who hide themselves, you like to expose them. Like physically, if that makes sense. It's the same, or maybe it's metaphorically. I don't know. I'm gonna move on from that sentence. It probably has a double meaning that I'm not getting, but you guys can let me know what being an intellectual R word means. Who enjoys exposing things that other people hide. It was the same for some of the epitaph.
じいさまが満を持して隠した黄金を暴いてやりたかったのよ。
He probably wanted to expose the gold grandfather had done everything he could to hide.
ええ、最初はそうでしたが、途中から目的が変わりました。
That's how it was at first, but my goal changed halfway through.
途中何？
Changed to what?
ジェシカさんです。
That's wild.
私の推理に口を挟み、高鉄かつ高尚な時間を汚しました。
My goal changed to Jessica? That's wild.
だからあのジェシカという子に思い知らせたくて、自分の謎を解くことに目的を変えたんです。
You're sadistic. I changed my goal into solving the riddle so I could get even with this Jessica girl. Imagine doing that. Imagine 20 billion yen? Nah. Exposing the truth of the riddle? Nah. Getting back at this girl who was kind of dating you earlier? Yes, that's what I care about. 20 billion yen, by the way? Alright.
本気で言ってんの？
Wait, why are you dating her? Of course she's being serious, Battler. Are you being serious? Yes, she is. I know she is. She's giggling. Alright.
私はどんな相手でも屈服
お
させます。
I can bring any opponent to their knees no matter who they are. Alright.
それが私の唯一の優越です。
Yo, you're a menace. She's a menace.
まだ推理必要ですか？
That is my one and only pleasure. Perhaps you still need time to reason.
後ろ宮ジェシカは私をムカつかせた。
Hey, yo, look at the face she's making. Ushima Jessica irritated me.
だから私は身の程を思い知らせてやりたくて。
So I decided to solve the epitaph to put her in her place. Hey! Frudo Erica, I just want to remind you, you're wearing the clothes that she used to wear when she was younger, right? You know you're borrowing her clothes, right? You know that, right? Erica, why are you being such a menace to her? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be thankful that you got to borrow her clothes and she was fine with it? Why are you like this?
そこから導かれる今の私の感情。推理可能ですか？
From this, you should be able to deduce how I'm feeling at this very moment. Can you work it out? This time, I turned my back on her in earnest. Did I get so caught up in the fun of this riddle-solving game that I allowed her to lead me into making a terrible mistake? That's right. I could have worked out that this would happen. With the riddle solved, the relatives will probably get into an uproar about who will be the successor to the head. Dad and Kiryu-san will probably make a fuss about how I, the discoverer, should be the successor, and the other relatives not thrilled with that prospect will probably oppose them. Despite how adamant Erika was about it, it isn't written anywhere that the one who solves the riddle of the epitaph becomes the successor. Because of this, it'll lead to a fight between those who are willing to accept that and those who aren't. To reason out what will happen next, as Erika suggested, it'll probably turn into an ugly fight between Uncle Cross and the rest of the relatives. When Jessica finds out I've solved the riddle, will she admire me or curse me? I don't know what to think about that now. Erika was still mumbling. Apparently, she had already started trying to reason it out. As I began to feel very bad, I lazily gazed out into the black night. How about you find the gold first? Huh? Then, I looked at a dimly lit outdoor light, and saw the silhouette of a person in front of it. That's spooky. That is definitely spooky. The silhouette of a person in front of a dimly lit outdoor light. Who is that person? Go follow them. Go find them. What's up? I thought I must be seeing things. No, there's probably a person there. Don't be saying that. Go find the person. After all, it was unthinkable that someone would have been standing there the whole time, pounded upon by the rain without even an umbrella. I don't know about that one, Chief. There's definitely someone watching you, especially considering my theory that whoever Beato is, whoever the culprit is, wants you, Battler, to solve the riddle. So the culprit is anxiously and excitedly waiting for you to go down there and solve the riddle. I'm sure that's what's going on right now. The culprit is waiting for you to go to solve the riddle, and then I don't know, and then something will happen. Because it seems to me like the culprit wants you to solve the riddle, Battler. And if the person watching is the culprit, that would make the most sense. If the person watching isn't the culprit, and it's an outside person, then this is wild, yo. However, the silhouette didn't move an inch, and maybe, no, it couldn't be. It was looking at me, and it was, hey yo, I'm gonna get spooked by this. I'm scared now. I'm actually scared. Like, I was joking about it a second ago, but I'm actually scared. Who is it? And it was... What? Wait. Pause. You're dead. You are dead. Is Erika seeing this, or is only Battler seeing this? Because this is... Erika's perspective is the one we're supposed to trust, right? Not Battler's perspective. Yes, so as long as Erika doesn't see Kinzo, then we're good, I think. Because you're dead. Grandfather. In that instant, I understood. Grandfather had probably been watching us solve the riddle the whole time. No, he's dead. And he had seen us as we spectacularly solved the entire riddle of the epitaph. What? Without a doubt, Grandfather smiled faintly. You're dead! Grandfather, who had never worn any expression that wasn't moody or frightening, looked me in the face and smiled at me for the first time. Almost as though he was saying, too smart for your own good. Or else, I never thought it would be you. However, this was the result chosen by Grandfather's epitaph. So I was sure that he had accepted that result. He grinned one final time. Of course, he didn't use words. His smile seemed to be a silent expression of a single word. Superb. I didn't know how I should respond. I couldn't do anything but stand there in shock, ignoring Erika as she crouched down, mumbling with her back towards me. Yeah, so Erika's not seen this, that's why this is all an illusion, narration lying to us. Because Erika's not seen this, she's still crouching down doing the mechanism. Then, Grandfather stretched a hand out from the folds of his cloak and pointed at something. Huh? When I looked in that direction, what I saw there, the thing he was pointing at was probably Kuodorian, the hidden mansion, the direction. The guidepost to the Golden Land. Wait, what? The guidepost? Go. Grandfather had undoubtedly said that one word. I nodded to show that I understood. Seeing this, Grandfather nodded back, satisfied. And he's gone. He's disappeared again. Then, with a spin of his cloak, he disappeared, seeming to melt into the darkness. The expression on his face at the end was a truly and finally satisfied smile. Yeah, that was fake because he's dead. That never happened.
聞いてます？バトラさん。
And because Erica didn't see any of that, that never actually happened. That was just Battler's copium. Cool.
私の推理。
Are you listening, Battler, to my deductions?
見つけたぜ。あれが黄金鏡への道しるべ。
I found it. That's a guidepost to the Golden Land.
さっきと向きが変わってる。なるほど。あちらへ進めという意味ですか。良い観察力ですね。
So it means to go that way. You're very observant.
じいさんも教えてもらった。
Grandfather showed me the way.
え？金蔵さん？どこに？
Kinzo? Where?
行くぜ。
Let's go.
見せてもらおうじゃねえか。黄金鏡ってやつを。
It's time we gotta look at this Golden Land. Hey. Off we go. We started to walk. The entrance to the Golden Land was right there. Oh. Oh. We found the entrance. For the third time, yes. Well, it was Erica more so than Battler. Battler got carried. Entertaining beyond compare. You're also dead, by the way. When I think about it, I was also ahead that no one saw coming. What? When I think about it, I was also ahead that no one saw coming. That doesn't make sense. That sentence confuses me. How interesting that the one who will succeed me as head. Oh, head of the family that no one saw coming. Okay, now I get it. I was thinking of a literal head as a physical head. I'm like, what? Okay. How interesting that the one who will succeed me as head is also a person no one saw coming. Beato, I'm coming to join you along with a present, the miracle chosen by my epitaph. Okay. Battler, of all people. That Battler! Battler solved it! At the very, very end of my life, I have witnessed a true miracle. Even though you haven't, because you're already dead by this point. But okay, cool one, mate. What bet? You mean the bet where you think that someone will solve the riddle before the end of October 5th? Is that the bet you made with Beato? Alright. So this is it. This is the entrance that Eva and Rosa found. So they should be close to the gold by now. Batter and Erica should be close to the gold now. They should have found it now. There it is. There's the gold. Yo, happiness of marionette bonus. Are we gonna see Battler Riche? That laugh? Yo, I wanna see Battler Riche. Let's go. Witch Battler. We've never seen a male witch, have we? Like a for real male witch. We've never seen it. Let's go. Battler first male witch. Let's see it. Let's see it. Give him the inheritance. I wanna see it. Woo! Money! Money! Yeah, that's Battlers laughing.
体色性以外には金に換金物としての利便性を見出すことはできませんね。これを現金化するには随分の手間をかけそうです。
I know, right? The best part about gold is that it doesn't corrode easily. But other than that, storing gold like this is insane, yo. I imagine it take a lot of work to liquidate all this. Yeah, but yeah, at least it's hard to corrode gold because it's so hard. It's so high up in the potential reduction, potential spending. What's that in English? What's the word in English? God, I know it in Norwegian, man. Spending voltage, I guess. Potential reduction voltage. Gold is so high up on the list, especially because the metals, right? It's like top 10 or something, right? Really, it doesn't corrode very easily because the reduction potential is so high. Yeah, in comparison to say something like zinc. Zinc corrodes a lot more easily than gold does. Anyway, whatever. That's chemistry. We electrochemistry. We won't get into that right now. All right, we're good. At the end of a crude underground tunnel, in a VIP room which was so beautiful that it seemed out of place, there was a pile of gold so large that there could be no doubting that it's 20 billion yen worth. Erika was calm, but Battler couldn't suppress his excitement. As for which of the two was the correct reaction to show after seeing a mountain of gold, only those who saw the scene with their own eyes could say for sure. In this day and age, it's said that an average salaryman earns about 200 million yen in wages over his life. 200 million yen, that's $2 million, right? Oof, that's rough, buddy. But isn't like 10 million enough for you to live out your entire life, basically? I also wanted to say, now we know the gold 100% exists because both protagonists have seen it now. Both Battler and Erika have seen this right now, which means the gold definitely exists. You could argue that in the past it was narration, right? Narration lying to us when Eva found the gold and Rosa found the gold. But I didn't think it was narration lying to us. I did think that they generally found the gold. But now we can say for sure that the gold exists 100%. All 20 billion yen of it exists now down here. So that we know that for sure. But it was also all other hints that for the gold existing, because Battler has seen multiple golden ingots with a crest on it in previous episode before, like in episode 2. He saw the gold ingots in the chapel, in the murders there, in the Halloween murders. He saw 3 ingots with the one-winged eagle marked on it. So we knew some gold existed, for sure. But now we're for sure know, 100%. So yeah. And this is 20 billion yen worth of gold. With even 1/100th of this gold mountain, a single human could live their entire life without working. Wow, that's wild. With $10 million, you can live out your entire life without working. That would be nice. What is labor? Isn't it the very point of a human's life, since a person who doesn't work cannot eat? If so, then 200 million yen is enough to make a single person's life complete. And this is 20 billion yen! This would account for the labors of 100 humans. No, a single human life 100 times over. So, of course, how did Kinzo acquire this gold is a fantastic question. Where did the gold come from? Why does it have a one-winged eagle marking on it? Why do all the ingots have a one-winged eagle marking on it? How did Kinzo manage to do it? Of course, if you still wanted to work, you could. I mean, yeah, I would choose to work still, because even if I was that rich, I'd still choose to work, because life, I feel like unless you're really, really old, right? I mean, I feel like there should joy in life in working, you know what I mean? In doing There's a feeling to it. You gotta be doing it. You gotta be working. I feel like to get your life going, right? You can't just laze about all day, every day, and stuff. You gotta, if when you put in the work, then you feel more fulfilled in a way. When you work hard towards something, right? Because when you're rich as hell, you could think, oh, I don't need to work hard for anything ever again. I just have enough money to live out the rest of my life. But you won't really live a good life at that point, right? You won't feel good about anything anymore. But when you work hard towards something, you work hard towards achieving something. I feel like that would be much more of a, I don't know, much more of a fulfillment. Any money you gained as a result could all be used to play with. Yeah. After all, you would already have enough money to live for your entire life. No, for eternity. No, wait. I mustn't keep it all to myself. I can split it up among 100 people. If I could create a world where a full 100 humans wouldn't have to work for their whole lives, just what kind of world would that be? That would be the Golden Land, haha! Yeah, there's no doubt at all. The Golden Land!
ここが黄金鏡なんだ。
Okay, he's saying it himself. Ogonkyo! This is the Golden Land.
というわけでベルンバトラは見事に黄金を見つけましたか
Burn Battler! Do we get to see a witch coronation? Do you get to see Battler becoming a witch? Or is it Burn or Erika because she's female? We've never seen a male witch before, so we only get to see female witches. What's up with that? To be fair, witches. When I hear the word witch, I typically think of a female, right? I don't think of male witches when I think of witch. Same thing when you tell me wizard. When you say wizard, I typically think of a male wizard. I don't really think female wizard. Does that make sense? So I guess it does add up in that sense, but still.
めでたしめでたし
The end. Ha! You said the name of the episode. End of the Golden Witch. Nah, nice. Got it. Let's go. The end. That's it. That's how Umineko ends.
肝となる部分は少し伏せさせてもらったけどそのくらいの意地悪はしてもいいわよね
ああ、そこは好きにしな。非分の謎がどういう謎などでどういう答えだったのかという立派な見地に興味はね。
You're more interested in the consequences, right? In what it would mean for you to solve the riddle.
大事なのは、
Yeah.
その結果、黄金が10トン発見されたという事実の方だ。
Yeah, what that entails, what that means, right? 10 tons of gold being discovered. The gold was discovered in the third game as well by Auntie Eva. Yeah, I remember. Auntie Rosa had also witnessed it. Yes! Thank you for not forgetting that. Rosa's big brain, don't forget that. However, the two of them hadn't spoken of the gold's discovery to anyone. Oh, what would you do then? The two of them not speaking of the gold's discovery makes sense, but you two have... Would you two choose to hide it? Or would you two choose to talk about it? Will you two choose to talk to relatives about how you discovered the gold? In other words, there was a chance that the gold's discovery was a catbox truth kept between the two of them. True, but now we know for sure that it exists. Like I said, it could have been a narration thing, right? It could have been a narration line to us. But now we know for sure that it exists. Which meant that it was possible that the gold didn't exist and was just an illusion. That's what I was saying! That's what I was saying, but now we know for sure that it exists.
しかし、俺がとうとう見つけちまったわけだ。
Which means it definitely exists.
猫箱が開かれちまった。
I was saying this earlier about how important it is that Battler and Erika found it, because they're the two protagonists, and for them to find it would mean that the cat box is open, and because I'm Battler and I identify as Battler, even though he's not the player right now, it means that the gold has been found and it does actually exist. The 10 tons of gold do exist. It does exist. It's not just like a mystery between Eva and Rosa, right? That they kept together. The cat box has indeed been opened. Schrodinger's cat, get wrecked.
復唱ごっこは時間の無駄だから先にサービスしてあげる
Uh huh.
この黄金の山は本物よ
Okay.
ここに積まれたインゴットは全て本物の純金。レプリカとか偽物とかそんな騙しは一切なし。
There are absolutely no tricks such as replicas or fakes. Okay. Yeah, I'll write down this red truth once this party's over.
よし、わかった。この黄金は認めるぜ。
I also accept it. Alright, the gold exists. Now we don't need to speculate about whether the gold exists or not. It definitely exists.
だが、認められないものがまだある。
Can you confirm the one-winged eagle? Do we definitely see it, that there's a one-winged eagle on the gold?
そうね。あっちゃったものね。
Kinzo.
金蔵に。金蔵は幻想のはずなのに、あなたさっき出会っちゃったわよね。やっぱりこれは魔法なんじゃないのかしら。
Nah, mate.
ほざけ。俺は一言もじい様と言葉を交わしちゃいねえ。じい様と言葉を交わしたような気持ちになっただけだ。いい加減にしろ。同じ手はもう通用しない。
ならほらどうぞ、青き真実。
おそらく俺は自分の謎を解き興奮状態にあった。それで何かをじい様と見間違えた。例えばそれは暗がりの木立に引っかかった何かのシートかカバーで、それが漆黒のマントを羽織ったじい様に見えたのかもしれない。その結果俺はじい様と何かのやり取りをしたように誤解したんだ。
青き真実、
It's
有効ね。
It's valid.
まあ、私も全く同じことを青で語ったわけだけど。
Okay.
それで通ったのか。赤き真実で反論は。
ないわ。今のところはね。
Uh-huh. You little prick. Alright. Sure. We'll accept it. We'll accept the gold. Me, who had let out a strange yell in front of the gold mountain, was finally starting to regain his cool. Now that we found it, there was no covering it up. I faintly thought about keeping this discovery a secret. However, Erika wanted to prove that her own reasoning was correct by announcing this fact to everyone. She really is an intellectual R word. Again, I'm not saying that word. I don't know what it means in this context. It obviously does not mean what the other meaning that I'm yeah. But I'm not gonna say it anyway, just as she says. The puzzle solving game is what's important to her, and she doesn't intend to take any responsibility for what happens after the riddle is solved. A riddle is sort of like a lock. Locks exist to be locked, and whenever a lock is locked, there is a meaning behind locking it. Therefore, there should also always be a meaning behind breaking one open and exposing what it protects. However, this girl had made the exposure itself her final goal, and she doesn't plan on taking responsibility for anything that happens later. Azure Jeer. Maybe the true storm to hit Rockenjima isn't the typhoon, but her! She won't keep this discovery a secret. She'll definitely announce it to brag about her success. And then she'll call a real storm down upon this island. Yo, I cannot wait for what's about to happen if they do announce that they found the gold. Oh my god, this will be insane. I won't be able to keep this covered up. Then in that case, there's nothing to do except announce this fact fairly. I can't imagine what will happen after that. As she grinned, Erika muttered to herself. She must have been predicting the uproar the relatives would soon bring about. To her! Imagining that was much sweeter than 20 billion yen in gold. Hey! Say the line! Say the line, Bart! Say the line, Erika! Erika Furudo! Say the line. All it takes is the presence of that epitaph. And something like this is trivial for Furudo Erika. Say the line. Ah, damn it. I messed up. I said something like this. Alright, it's fine. Next time I'll try to memorize the catchphrase. And a deduction like this, not and something like this. I was close though. I said, and something like this becomes trivial for Fruit or Erika. But I should say, and a deduction like this becomes trivial for Fruit or Erika. I need to learn this. I need to learn this catchphrase. All it takes is the presence of that epitaph, and a deduction like this becomes trivial for Fruit or Erika. All it takes is the presence of you guys watching these videos, and a creation of Umineko videos is trivial for Ami and Luffy. Did that work? That wasn't as good, but hey, we'll just keep reading, shall we?
いかがでしょうか皆様方
Your thoughts? Yeah, we gotta add that at the end. Your thought. All it takes is you guys watching these videos, and Umineko videos by Ami Luffy will be. No, Umineko. I can't say it. Alright. All it takes is the presence of you guys watching these videos, and making Umineko videos becomes trivial for Ami Luffy. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Again, it's not as good. Further, Eric has mastered the catchphrase. Clearly. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Smile. Oh, she smiled for the camera, then the glass broke. Alright, alright. Alright, further, Erica. We finished the whole. Wait, we finished the whole chapter, that part. Let's go, guys. We're making good progress. 22:47. The frantic golden drama. Alright, so it's 10 p.m. Knock, 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 knock. And 3 exclamation marks. Someone's knocking the door to the study. Is it Cross to Nazi? Is it Earth to Nazi? What's Nazi up to now? Who's knocking? What's happening? We'll find out next time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll end the part right there. We finished another chapter. We're going through this pretty smoothly, pretty quickly here. So yeah. All right. I'm glad we're making some good progress here in episode 5. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and this part of Minako when they cry. Uh, was a lot of fun. Battler and Erica both solving the riddle of the gold, finding the gold, and proving to us in themselves and also in Red that the gold truly does exist. And yeah, and also I guess early on this part we had a good chunk of Nazi coping with Beato and Ronove and Gab and Regalia. So there was that whole coping. When I mean cope, guys, I don't necessarily mean it in the bad way. I mean it is always in the bad way when you say specifically use the word cope. But you know what I mean. Like I'm talking more like she's seen those illusions where she's trying to make up a plan of what to do with Kinzo because the toxin is getting in and she has to do something about hiding Kinzo. And now we might be seeing the effect of that now. Let's see what Nazi plans to do next. But Battler and Erica found the gold. And that was a lot of fun. Alright, a deduction like this becomes trivial for Fruit Erica. I love that catchphrase. I hope you guys enjoyed. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, but yeah, nah. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.